Despite their horrific start to this NBA season, the Los Angeles Lakers defied odds, getting all the way to the Western Conference Finals despite being a play-in team. But LeBron James, Anthony Davis, they're not getting any younger. So, what does this team need to do to get back into this contention phase for next season? Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Amateur TV, the second channel in the Amateur Hour Production Network, and on this channel we can go through additional NBA content and branch out into general NBA content rather than the strictly Raptors content we have on the main channel. If you're a Raptors fan, make sure you go and check that one out if you have not already. But like to branch out into some general NBA stuff, and after the Lakers got eliminated yesterday by the Denver Nuggets in just 4 games, wanted to give my spiel here on what I think the plans need to be for the Lakers for next season. So, the Lakers really turned their season around at the NBA trade deadline. Of course, they made that great trade. GM Rob Pelinka was heavily praised for moving Russell Westbrook and bringing in D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, and Malik Beasley to this team. And no doubt that trade was a catalyst in the Lakers getting themselves into, well, not just a play-in tournament position. Like, they were fighting all year just to make the play-in tournament. They got all the way up to the 7th seed. And then from that 7th seed, they took down the 2-seed Memphis Grizzlies. They took down the defending champ Golden State Warriors. But the Denver Nuggets, they're a great team. Proved to be a little bit too much. But nonetheless, extremely impressive for the Lakers to get this far, considering just where they were here. But the issue I have with the Lakers, the trade was good. I mean, the trade helped get them into this position at the trade deadline. But the trade did more for the team by subtraction rather than addition. And let me explain here. So obviously the additions of Vanderbilt, Russell, that actually helped a little bit with the regular season, as did the Malik Beasley pickup. But mostly this trade helped them because it just got Russell Westbrook off the books. Russ actually surprised me and played very, very well for the Clippers for the remainder of the season and looked pretty good in that playoff series. I wonder what could have happened if Kawhi Leonard was actually healthy for the playoff series. I guess you can say that every single year, but Russell Westbrook was impressive. I agree they had to get rid of him, but here we are. Like, the trade that you made to help you, get to the play-in tournament. But it's all about, as well, the playoffs and getting to the next level in the playoffs. And the biggest series the Lakers had, well, Malik Beasley didn't play at all. Vanderbilt was a DNP in Game 4, the elimination game. D'Angelo Russell probably should have been a DNP for Games 3 and 4. Barely got any minutes in Game 4 and was the worst player on the court every time he stepped on the floor. Could not hit shots and got hunted defensively. So the trade, cool. You got rid of Westbrook, but you didn't really add much to make your team that much better. You had all the tools that were making the biggest difference. LeBron, AD, Austin Reaves, these guys were the ones pulling their weight the most. Rui Hachimura in the NBA, in the conference finals, was exceptional. And it took, I think they should have started him Game 1. I said that before the series started. Took them till Game 4 to start him. But amidst all that, all the issues that happened with this team, what are the Lakers going to do to get back into contention for next season? Because they weren't perceived to be a contender by anybody who wasn't looking through the lenses of an ESPN contract. Anybody who was reasonable really did not think that they would be able to get to this position. But here we are. They got here. And now with a full season, potentially next season, of an actual competent, complete roster, they're going to be a playoff team. And they're going to want to win a championship. So what do they got to do? Well, first of all, they got to keep LeBron James. LeBron talked about considering retirement. Guys, LeBron James is owed $47 million nearly next season. He's expressed so many times about wanting to play with his son, Bronny, who would be in the next summer's draft. So we're 2 draft cycles away, so just over a year away from Bronny entering the league. In that offseason, LeBron James has a player option, which I imagine he will decline to go play with his son. That'd be very cool. Some people are saying, well, you can just retire this season, LeBron, and then come back in a year and then just sign for a new team. I don't understand the CBA completely well enough to explain this, but I do know you can't just retire to get out of your contract and then come back into the league for a new team and play for them. So LeBron can't just retire, get rid of his current contract of $47 million, and then just come back and play for a new team. That's just not how it's going to work. That's just not how it works. if that was how it worked, you could really weaponize this by, hey, maybe you don't like your contract. Well, I'll just retire and then come back in a year and just sign for a new team. Not quite how that whole thing could work. So, complicated situation. I don't think LeBron would want to do that anyways. LeBron is going to be on the Lakers next season. Like, let's just stop pretending that he's actually going to retire. Come on, guys. So, LeBron's going to be there. AD is going to be there. If you get healthy AD, which you're not going to, but in the games you do get healthy AD, we'll see what he can bring. The jump shooting we saw in the bubble is never coming back. We're going to accept that at this point. But one of the key things they have to do this offseason, absolutely have to do. Austin Reaves has to stay. Man, is that guy good? People talk about how short of a time it's been, whatever. This guy's a baller. First of all, you can put the ball in his hands, take playmaking load a little bit off LeBron, bringing the ball up court. That's great. Austin Reaves can shoots the three ball really well, can take the ball off the dribble, can shoot in mid-range to a good enough degree, gets to the rim really, really well, and one of the biggest draws of his game, he gets fouled so much. That gets him to the line, and guess what? That puts his team in the bonus and gets teammates to the line earlier on in the game. I think what's great for the Lakers, what is great, is that he's capped. He is only extension eligible for a 4-year, $80 million contract. I think a lot of teams should be offering that. The Lakers need to keep it. You might be watching saying, well, how are they going to afford it? Well, it's not going to be hard for them to afford it. D'Angelo Russell made $31 million this year. He's not a $31 million player. I just watched Russell be the worst player for the Lakers in this series. I think like games 1 and 2, like if he doesn't play, they have a much better chance of winning. If he literally just doesn't play. I'm sorry to D'Angelo, but it's true. Guy can't defend anything, doesn't shoot well enough, doesn't do anything else well enough. Get that off your books completely, find a new point guard. $31 million cleared up. Malik Beasley has a team option worth $16 million. A guy that you couldn't even play in the playoffs. Save that $16 million. Clear that up. Mo Bamba is owed $10.3 million next season. It's non-guaranteed. Here, I'll pull up what I'm looking at here. It's not a bad situation. You clear up this D'Angelo Russell money. You clear up this Malik Beasley money for here. Mo Bamba, they say it's guaranteed. They adjust it. It's not guaranteed. Get rid of that $10 million. You don't need to pay him. Lonnie Walker, I feel like you might want to bring back Lonnie Walker if you can get him cheap again. Rui Hachimura qualifying offer worth $8.5 million. I'd give him a shot. I don't know if he's going to get a bit better off than that, but I'd keep him. Vando, this is non-guaranteed. I like Vanderbilt. So I think that's worth taking. Keeping Vanderbilt on your team. Then the rest, pretty much wide open. For some reason you're owing Shaq Harrison some money, but a lot of open space. You got to bring back Austin Reaves for sure. You got to bring him back. You got to give him the 4-year, $80 million. He's proven himself. After that, things become maybe a touch easier. You can find a new shooting guard for your team, find a new point guard for your team. The reality is, this is the Los Angeles Lakers. You know what I mean? This is the Lakers. Everybody's going to want to come play here. Purple and gold, bright lights, LA. People want to play in LA. And what's even better for this team is they just made a freaking conference finals, okay? So you got LeBron, you got AD, the prospect of playing for them. They're seemingly always going to be contenders. Coming off of conference finals, they're going to build off of that. Austin Reaves, I expect them to keep him. I think Austin Reaves will want to stay here, play with LeBron. Like Austin Reaves, I think, turned down getting drafted because he wanted to sign with the Lakers as a free agent. So wants to be here, wants to help this team. I think it's great for him. He's got that sneaker deal with some company, I don't know. But I think the Lakers will be mostly okay. Don't think they'll be like a top 4 seed in the West, but hey, can they be a 5-6 seed and compete again? I think so. The West is not going to be wide open. It's still going to be extremely competitive. Look, the Nuggets aren't going anywhere. The Suns, they've still got Booker and KD, and while that's the case, they're going to be good. The Clippers, Kawhi, whatever health, I mean, they're still a decent team that should be a team challenging at the very least. Like Memphis, they're still a good team with or without Ja Morant. The Pelicans might get better. The Golden State Warriors, somehow, some way might be still fighting and trying to make something happen. The Kings are getting better. They aren't going anywhere. It's a competitive series. The Timberwolves, they figure shit out. Gonna be a good team. So it's not gonna be open, but getting into the playoffs, like, it seemed to work this year for the Lakers. I think they at this rate can be a top 6 seed. I don't know what the players are gonna look like they bring in, but you've got LeBron, you've got AD. You're gonna keep Austin Reaves. And you're going to find players that work with your top 2 players. You're going to find a point guard who can play make, who can shoot. You're going to find additional defensive help for your bench. You're going to find additional shooting for your bench, additional size for your bench. And I think that this team is going to be okay. Credit to them. Hey, as sad as it, like, they lost in 4, but every game was close. Not too embarrassing. And considering where they were, they had the worst record in the league after 12 games. Full credit to them for getting themselves in this position. I thought Darvin Ham didn't coach well in the conference finals, but my goodness, he did a great job in the first round, an excellent job in the second round. This team, they've got one more year of LeBron, and I think they owe it to themselves to really try and go for this. I'm not sure it'll be enough to win a championship, but this team is going to continue to be competitive next season. Get that dead weight. Get that bad money off your books, though. Do not extend D'Angelo Russell. Do not extend Malik Beasley. Mo Bamba, I don't know how much faith they have in him, but there are options here. The Lakers, I think, are going to be okay. A lot of Lakers haters probably watching this. I'm not a Lakers hater. If you watch my videos, you know I kind of like LeBron, so it would be interesting to see him given one more shot here to go for a championship before just joining up with his son and bowing out of his career with a little bit of fun over there. What do you guys make of this video? What do you think the Lakers need to do this offseason? Where do you think they'll finish next season? Way too early predictions? Give me them in the comments down below. And subscribe to this channel for more NBA content in the offseason just like this. Drop a like if you did enjoy, and I will see you again next time for another video on Amateur Hour TV.